going to be a very fun episode, of course, because we have a guest who kind of does it all. She's a wife, a mother. She has experience in different industries, and she is a pleasure to speak with. Please welcome Amy Bereavy to the Ladies Collection podcast. Amy, welcome to the Ladies Collection podcast. Thank you for joining us. Tell us, who is Amy Bereavy?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to dive into some of these big life, things that I've taken on. I just want to say hello to everybody listening. Much of what I guess I was going to talk to you about and share with everyone today is it will seem inspiring, like my journey, I think, which is my goal always. But it's taken a lot of work and sacrifice and perseverance to get to who I am today. A lot of growth has happened in the last 10 years, I'd say. So it's been an incredible journey becoming the Amy Bereavy I am today that we're talking to. Most of my journey took place in the Midwest, which is where I was raised in Illinois. That's where I was born and raised and received all of my education. I met my husband there, and I actually met him in high school. And then later on we got together. And we bought our first house. We had our baby there, first baby in 2014. And then I started my own business after going back to school to become a licensed esthetician in 2019. So kind of what led me down the path to becoming that and doing all of those things is for many years I've been experienced doing makeup. I actually used to be a portrait artist. It's just something I was naturally good at since I was a little kid. And then as I got into my high school years, I was really wanted this book from this really famous makeup artist named Kevin Aucoin. And I practiced on myself, and then I guess I got good because people started noticing. And then in high school, I would actually, kind of do bathroom makeovers in the locker room after gym, and on kids that, girls that were wanting to get their makeup done for dances and stuff. And it kind of just was just something I became good at. And when I decided that my career, where it was going, was just not really fulfilling and it wasn't creative enough for me, I was trying to think of a way to combine all of my passions and creativity. And so I went back to school for aesthetics because I realized that I can, it's about skin health, and your skin health, when your skin's your biggest organ, it combined all of the knowledge that I had gotten through getting a nutritionist certification to incorporate that and really treat people from a holistic approach.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not your average esthetician because I treat people. I'll treat your skin from a topical level, but I may notice that through other things you're telling me, and maybe even in your intake form, that there's things that can be corrected in a natural way. So that's kind of just been my aim, is educating people on a natural treatment and prevention as it relates to health. And yeah, so that's what inspired me to become a nutritionist, which I found as my passion in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of led me down this journey of finding out what I loved and what I enjoyed doing, instead of continuing to go to a job that I absolutely hated and didn't feel appreciated. So my prior experience had always been in sales and customer service. So it was just exhausting and draining because you have these sales goals, and no matter, even if you're a rock star, which I was actually always a rock star, and I was very good at it, but my dad would tell me all the time, he's like, this is what you're good at. And I'm like, yeah, but I kind of hate my job, to be honest. I don't like going every day because nothing is ever good enough. ever. It's like, okay, cool. Great. You're the top salesperson. Now next month do better. Like,
Yes. Yes.
and then year to date, you're like, man, why did I rock it out of the park? Because now I have like a lot more to do. And it didn't matter what the economy was doing or if we were in a lull in business and this was a like every single year is a pattern, you still needed to do better, It's like
So what
not achievable.
industry was your or is your sales experience in? Which specific industry?
So it started out in camera sales actually right out of high school. And then I got into jewelry sales, which was actually my favorite gig by far.
Why is that?
Because I was able to like basically run the entire store from open to close. I was in charge of sales. I was in charge of branding. I was in charge of marketing. I did it all. I designed jewelry pieces and sold them. And that's actually what gave me the courage to like, I knew I could do this.
Mhm.
I knew I could be a business owner because I did it, but I didn't have the financial risk, which was awesome.
Yes, yes. Is it safe to say that you are a holistic makeup artist, or you were?
Um, so my holistic, a lot of people ask me that, so it's a great question. I do a lot of airbrush, and it is impossible to find an airbrush product that's 100% like natural ingredients. Also because a lot of my brides are, going to be outside and like everything has to be waterproof.
Hmm.
So my makeup is not 100 like all natural, but the product line that I use primarily is a pharmaceutical grade with botanical ingredients. So it's like the combination of both, best of both worlds. I wouldn't even say that that's 100% natural. Like that whole line of things is I'm working on that. I'll just say that I'm working on something.
All right. Well, that's exciting. And I think that would be something new, like a holistic style makeup artist.
Yes.
Many
Oh, there's
artists-
people that really do look for that because our makeup is not good for you. I do try to go with brands that are more like not as toxic, not as like a lot of makeups have endocrine disruptors. And so it's counterproductive to everything I stand for. I do have mineral-based products for certain clients that are looking for that because I do have people asking me that. And so I do have that to offer. But for your day of brides, I mean, I don't do airbrush with all natural like I can't say that it's a holistic one, but like I try to do a combination. So like your blush will be more of a mineral base or your eyeshadow will be that. But then there's the makeup foundation base of it in order for it to be good for pictures and everything. I just haven't found a way around providing that for my customers with an all natural. I don't even think there's one on the market. I can't find it anyways.
Well, maybe you'll be the first to do it. You never
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that's exciting. Like, I don't really wear makeup. I put on a little under eye concealer and what else? Some eyeshadow, but I don't have any foundation on or what do you call that? Like the
Oh, the bron like the contour.
contour or anything like that because to me it's just no point in it. I think it's just toxic, with full
Well,
of
do you know what I use on a daily basis? I use an SPF that's tinted. So it's a moisturizer. It's protecting my skin from the sun. It gives it a little bit of coverage, but it's not toxic and it is mineral based. So that's what I use every day. But, brides, I mean, if a bride's open to it, I'll do anything for them. But most of my foundations that are for photo finish type, they're not all natural ingredients.
well, maybe you'll be the first and we'll have another episode touching only about makeup. So
Yeah, that would be cool.
That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear somebody talk about like healthy or more organic makeup.
Mm-hmm. And it is something that I think that retail stores are trying to tap into. It's just that not all of that is gonna translate well to someone who's being photographed all day long, and it's gonna be able to be worn all day without it coming off, or or waterproof, or what my clients need. That, like, bridging that gap is a little tricky.
While maintaining the integrity of the makeup. Like we want to
Right.
stay on full face, but can we do that with organic makeup or
Hmm. Yes. And it is a little harder,
yeah. And it's
especially
gotta
because,
involve a lot of research.
and a lot of the mineral based ones are more of a powder base, which is good for setting, but it's not going to be waterproof, and it will definitely change over the course of the day. So,
Yeah. A lot is involved. So
mhm,
definitely need
exactly.
to touch on. So you mentioned your career and that you are currently while you were doing makeup, are you still doing makeup? Is it a part-time thing or
Yeah, no, I'm still doing makeup. I was doing more sales stuff. I was actually, before transitioning to become an esthetician, um, I was selling insurance. And it's kind of like everybody has to have it, but there's nobody that's actually super gung ho to have insurance. No one.
what kind of
It's
auto or everything?
casualty, life, and technically health insurance, but um that was kind of useless after a certain year, because everybody's in this system that it's like, if you don't have coverage, then at this time it's not like it was. So basically property casualty in life is what I did.
Okay, so what
And a little bit of commercial insurance.
so a little bit of commercial. Okay.
Mhm.
What does your, I guess, day-to-day life consist of career-wise? What do you do mostly from a day-to-day basis?
So right now, especially because I have two little kids. One, I just turned one a few weeks ago. So, um,
You look great.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, so my oldest, there's a pretty big age gap between the two of them. My oldest, was in school, and I was doing mainly aesthetics stuff. And now it's kind of transitioned to where it's mainly makeup, because I can do it on the weekends when my husband's home, and I'm able to like do pickup and drop off, and be home with the baby. And she is a very much a mommy's girl, so she probably wouldn't let me leave her if I wanted to, but I don't. So I've been trying to like figure out that happy medium of how to be a mom and also bring an income in and continue on with my business.